Hi everyone, welcome back to the Excel Masterclass. And last time I showed you how to separate or put your data into a presentable format based on some daily volumes, so adding up some daily volumes instead of just having a big long list of data like this. So I showed you the daily version. And all I'm going to show you now is how to wrap that up into a weekly summary. Because you can imagine there's only a couple of weeks of data here, so it's not really a problem. But imagine if you had months worth of data, or even, over a year's worth of data, actually showing that in a daily format is quite difficult to read. So it's good to wrap it up into smaller bundles, kind of group it together. So I'm going to show you how to group it into a weekly summary. You can also use this format to wrap it into a monthly summary. So if I show you a trick of how to do that. So you could use if formulas, and you could say if that data is in between that and in between that, then sum if blah 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 blah. But the formula can get quite complicated if you do it that way. My personal preference, the way that I personally like to do data to break it down, is to add a column to the data itself. I usually color it something different, because then if I color it in something a different color, I know that that is a formula that I've added to some data. So if I get a bunch of data that comes in that format and I want to add it to the bottom, I then go in any colored squares, I just go and fill down so that that formula fills. So the way to do it is this. If you wanted to break it down into months, by the way, there is a equals month formula. So if I do that, you can see I've got month 9. You can also break it into year equals year. There was a year formula. So you can see it's 2019. And there is also a week number formula, and it's that I'm going to use. So equals week num that. And there's a little extra bit on week number because it does depend on what business you work in and when your week beginning and week ending is. So if you typed 1 into there, that would be a typical week that started on a Sunday and ended on a Saturday. If you started on a Monday and ended on a Sunday, then it would be 2 in there. So the business that I work for tends to, everything starts on a Saturday and finishes on a Friday. So in that case, I would type in the number 16. And you can't see this in here, but there is a little helpful hint in Excel that comes up and tells you the numbers to choose once you put the comma in. So you shouldn't forget that. So I'm just going to put week number 16. And you can see we've got week number there. And if I scroll down there, you can see that then it goes on to the 11th, the 12th, 13th are all week number 37. The 14th, 15th, 16th are all week number 38. So I just have to do the same in my the sheet where I'm actually going to group the data together. So I've got the dates along the top here, the week ending dates. Now I just want to put the week number in, equals week num. And the exact same formula with the 16 on the end as well. So, oops, we need to just put that as a general. I can see that's week 37. And then if I scroll that along, you've got 38 and 39. So I've now got matching. I've got matching week numbers. So from everything that you've learned so far, the sum ifs that I'm going to do are instead of using the date now, I am going to use this the week number instead. So just before I start that, I am going to show you, I am going to add to this. So it's not just week number that I want to do, because I want to future-proof it. Like all the spreadsheets that I show you, I want to future-proof it. I want to make sure that if you've got months and months of data and it goes into a second year, that you don't then double up on your sum ifs. Because if you have a week number 37 now, and you carry on getting data for over a year, you're going to have another week 37. And all your sum ifs are going to do is add up the 2 week 37s instead of actually separating it. So the way to do that is to add a year on the end. And to put a year on the end there, it's not a comma, it's an ampersand, which is shift and 7. So put an ampersand, then I can put another formula in there. So I can put year. Now, it just looks like a bunch of numbers, doesn't it? But now that we know the formulas, and we know the 2 formulas in there, you know it's week 37, 2019. So the next week 37 won't say 2019, it will say 2020. So that is how your SUMIFs will know that it's a separate week, and it needs to add it up separately. I have to do the same with my data, so I have to go and put the and year into there as well, otherwise it won't work. And there you go. We've still got week 37, week 38. We've just now got the year of 2019 at the end of it. Like I say, to future-proof it. And then I just go and do exactly the same as what I did with the daily. I just reference this up here instead of the date. So equals SUMIF. Let's do how many sold first. We do how many sold. Criteria, we'll start off with the fruit. Reference this cell here. And we'll go on to the week ending. And just make sure you reference the top column. And there you go. It's as simple as that. So we can see exactly how much we've sold by fruit in that week. And like I say, that's a lot easier than trying to add an if dates are in between that date and that date, because it's greater than or equal to, and it's just easier and less complicated. I'm going to do exactly the same with the cost. Equals SUMIF. Data. And summon is that. And then I've got two criteria, my fruit and my weekend. Oops. I think I must have done something wrong there. Sorry, I will just go and do that again. Oh, I know what it is. I have overtyped this column here. I don't know how I managed to do that, but I press delete instead of $sign F4. Okay, and you can see the full week that I've got there. The week 38, I've made the most money, £153. But this week, which is not complete yet, is creeping up. But yeah, so there you go. That is that is how to wrap things up into weekly. Now there is still a much better way to present this data, and that is in graph format. So check out the next session to learn how to do that. Thank you.